Welcome to Tech Dive Gaming. Once again, we are here with Metropolis, also known as West Valley. I didn't really care to change the name. Last time I got the population to 500. It's already still going up to 719. Wow, this might be a short video. Or maybe I'll extend it to like 2,000 people. So the plan is to show each step of what I do to build a city, and I explain everything I do. And last time I went from 0 population to 500. As time goes on, I'm going to keep ramping up the numbers. I'm probably going to go 500 to 2,000 this video, so please join me and let's have some fun. Now, things to keep in mind as this series progresses is that you have more creative freedom, more creative liberties that you can make with your city as time goes on. You do not have to follow this exact pattern. I recommend looking beyond that and thinking about, okay, what is he doing? What is he not doing? Like right now, I have no schools. I have 1 clinic, and I just had the bare minimum. That's what you need to do. The city starting. Look at that. We're making 1,100 profit right now. That's actually pretty great. Okay, so you notice. Oh, look at that. We have trash. So, with trash, it's very simple. Especially at this point in the game, you can't really afford a recycling center. Recycling centers are brokenly good in this game. Oh, we can afford one now. Awesome. So you know what? We'll do it. We'll go ahead and make a recycling center. The initial cost is pretty high up front versus the landfill site. It costs 4 times as much. However, it costs only like 1/3 more per week, or half as much, whatever, 50% more per week. But it will not pile up garbage like the landfill. The landfill, well, it does pull in garbage pretty quickly and has a relatively high capacity. It fills up. And when it's full, it is a pain in the butt to deal with. So, stuff like the recycling center or incinerators is awesome to have. And so you see that we just passed up a milestone. Let's check it out. We're now Worthy Village. We can buy another tile, which is amazing, but we don't need to do that yet. That's a waste of money. We have districts policies and second loan available to us. District specialization, services policies, emergency services, police departments, unique buildings, forestry, and agriculture, which we may do some forestry. I think we have a good map for it. Self-sufficient buildings, don't care about those. These are green cities DLC. Don't worry about them. Policies, new buildings. Okay. So now buildings can catch on fire, and if they do, then we're kind of screwed. So you'll see that the city's growing. The RCI is bouncing up and down. Mainly the industry is actually climbing. That's because we have a very limited small zone of it, and that's it. I'm thinking that we should probably build out a larger area, and we could either add on over here next to the current existing industry area, or we could build out over here next to our sewage plant, because sewage plants are just naturally good areas. If you're already polluting in a spot, you might as well pollute some more. Oh, we have a wildfire. Cool. Lightning struck the woods, and now the woods are on fire. Great. So I'll probably need a fire station sooner than later. However, I'm not rushing to build one right now. You might as well wait until it happens to build it. Right? So until you start getting reports of crime, don't build a police station. Until you start getting fires, don't build a fire station. Because build times are instant, there's no reason to build them ahead of time unless you just have a crap ton of money floating around, which you don't. At this time, at least. Oh, we're already at Tiny Town. Wow. Okay. The Tiny Town gives us really just a whole bunch of stuff. We can now have a bunch of policies, a bunch of park stuff. If you have the parks DLC, canals. If you want to build more canals, I guess, I don't know. A lot of useless stuff for us right now. Parks are actually really useful. High schools, more parks, and that's about it. Anyways, but that did give us a nice little pile of money in our bank, which is amazing. So let's not build a school. Let's build out more industry. And I think we'll just add on to our existing industry. You don't want to really spread it out too much. You don't want to have like industry back here, because then you're not going to be able to build residential near it without them being sick. So you might as well build your industry next to other industry and call it a day. So we're just build out this way, build a back street, and just build some more. Very simple. I won't do all of it right now. Well, I might as well just do all of it. Screw it. There we go. Now we will have a beautiful industry area growing up, which is going to really ramp up traffic. But that's okay. I'm leaving this gap in here. One, because it keeps the pollution away from the people that live and work in not the industry area, and 2, it's room to actually run a highway through here later on, or at least a large avenue or something. Oh, always remember to put your water in. If not, I mean, the game will remind you, but it's a good idea to just put the water in as you zone. So parks are pretty interesting in that they're pretty much the only way that you can make really good money and have a beautiful city in the game, because parks raise land value, and land value raises taxes. Oh, see, look, we have a crime wave going on. Now it's time to build a police station. And we'll just build it smack dab. You can see in the green radius we have a pretty large area to play with. I'm just going to throw it right in the middle of town. Simple enough. No problem will fix itself. Anyways, and so with parks, there's 2 different things to them. There's the radius of benefits around the park and how much within that radius is affected. Because you might have a very large radius like this park, but only a small area within that will actually see any major benefits. While with a small park like this, as a small radius, however, the potency of that radius is very strong. I'm not going to build any right now because you shouldn't build a park, but that's just some tips if you want to go ahead and build a park right now. Still doing good. We have some water shortages. Oh, we have a fire. Okay. I guess we can build a fire station. Fire stations are advised to build them closer to your industry area. Industry will catch on fire many times more often than your residential will. I promise you. Just the nature of industry buildings in this game, they're way more flammable. So, you know. There we go. Our small town is doing great, and our residential is almost full. You can see the bar starting to fill up. We have all these empty jobs over here. See, they're wanting. You can see this sign right here that says, "Hey, not enough workers." That means they want workers for industry. That doesn't mean that they want high wealth workers. They want low wealth workers, because that's who works. See right here, uneducated, 5 out of 16. This is the info box of a building. You click on a building, it'll tell you all the stats about it, who works there, what kind of workers they are, etc., etc. And most of our industry is half full or less. Oh, we have a few full ones, but over here they're empty, and that's not good. If a business goes long enough without workers, it will abandon, and then you'll have an ugly building dragging down every other building around it, and it's just bad. So that means we need to build residential a lot. Look at all this residential. Wow. So I think right here would be a good spot. Just come out like this, and we'll get a little bit closer to our industry buddies, but not too close. So that little neighborhood actually took down most of our residential demand. We now have some more commercial demand and some more industry demand, which is nice. It should fill out all of our zones pretty handily. And look, we're out of power. So when you see these come up, that means you need to check your power, electricity availability. And you can see we're eating at 52, and we're only at 46. Thus, these people are getting kind of screwed over. So we don't have any more options for power right now, so you can either do another windmill or another coal plant. We have a lot of money, and we know our city's going to be growing quite rapidly. So I would say, hey, coal power plant, just toss it in next to the other one, because since you're already having heavy pollution in that spot, you might as well just tuck it right in there and just double up. So that will solve our power problem. So if you're thinking about going forwards, what your city layout's going to look like, you know, am I going to have a commercial strip like on the main road going all throughout the city, or am I going to build out a high density office? It's like central downtown kind of area. Well, look, we can buy another tile, but we shouldn't need to buy another tile right now. We've only used what, less than a quarter of our available area. We're good right now. So I'm going to go ahead and build another neighborhood. Actually, I'm going to just use this existing attachment to the main road, because you do not want to have a ton of intersections. See right here how these 2 intersections are very close. Right now, because the population is low, that does not matter. But moving forwards, once this road gets really busy, especially if I have, you know, a very large city, traffic is going to be very heavy on this, and having 2 intersections this close will cause even greater traffic jams. So you might as well just build on to what you already have. Just like this. They're upset because there's more roads next to the houses, which will lead to more noise pollution and pollution in general, because cars are stinky. Alright. Wow, they are moving in fast. We should gotta make sure that we have our water in place. We do. Great. We should probably build another one. Look at this. Processing rate is probably maxed out. Let's see. Alright, so this is how you tell, before we end this episode, this is how you tell what you should do with your garbage. Right now we're only processing less than half of all the garbage we're producing. And so it'd actually be pretty wise right now to build a landfill. So I'm going to toss one in right here. The landfill doesn't really change the processing amount, but it will absorb all that extra garbage. This gap right here is going to be sucked up by the landfill, which will pretty much remain there until we're able to really put a handle on our trash production, which may take a while. We don't have very much money. Recycling centers are relatively expensive for a poor little town like ours. And this will get resolved pretty fast. Check on the power and water real quick. Power's looking good. Water is excellent. So yeah, this episode we have tripled our industry zoning area. We have added on a small neighborhood. The population has just exploded in response to this because everybody has jobs. Our eyesight is pretty balanced. We actually have a lot of commercial demand building up, which would be great for future expansions. I'm planning on building some kind of downtown area right about here. A good central location that'll really help propagate neighborhoods out further up to the water line. And it should look pretty nice. So thank you so much for watching. This episode was a lot shorter than I thought it would be, but you know, this game is very fast in the earlier stages. Later on, once we're moving about 5,000 to 10,000 people per episode, that'll be a little bit slower. I will see you all next time.